This is a federation that I have been active in as a young adult. The first organization that I got involved in when I came down to South Florida after graduating from college to work for Peter was the Young Leadership Council of the Jewish Federation. Albeit, I will admit, in part, to meet people. When that was important. And I actually did, so thank you. Now I've been married going on 24 years, and I know all of you probably at one point or another have met my incredible children who are now 15, and 11, because we have the problem of assimilation, we have the problem of intermarriage, we have a problem that too many generations of Jews don't realize the importance of our institutions strengthening our community, particularly with the rise of anti-Semitism and global intolerance, which obviously we saw in horrific technicolor in just the last week in Paris. Every time we think that we can maybe ease back a bit and that there has been progress, we're reminded that people hate us because of who we are. And I don't want to say that we're never safe, because I don't believe that's true, but it makes it even more critical, and it's one of the reasons that I wrote an op-ed that was published in the Sun Sentinel a few months ago about the global rise in anti-Semitism, and that unfortunately what happens, particularly with the global war on terror and the Islamic fundamentalists that are combating and leading it, we are the crux of the reason that they are engaged in that fight. I have to tell you, right before I came here, I turned on TV as I was getting ready, and it happened to be the last show I watched last night was MSNBC, which isn't always the case, but it was this morning. It was this morning. I know that comes as a shock. But what was troubling to me was that the segment that was on was a panoramic view, and some of you may have been watching it, of the results of the war in Gaza from the Palestinian perspective, and not that there isn't horror that went on there, but the way it was promoted, the way it was talked about. Now I came in, not at the beginning of the segment, so I didn't get the context completely, but clearly they were highlighting what Israel had done to Gaza and the plight of Palestinians. And my first thought was, where is the balance? Where is the spotlight on what Jewish children in Israel go through from being victims of rocket attacks in Sderot and southern Israel, and the constant needing to flee into a bomb shelter? And it's the media's coverage, and it's not just MSNBC. I've seen it on CNN and even in the broadcast media as well. We have work to do. We have work to do to educate and to make sure that people understand that there's a very simple solution to this. It's called recognize Israel's right to exist as a Jewish and democratic state. Let's make sure that we can adopt a two-state solution where you have a Palestinian state and a state of Israel living side by side in peace. And let's make sure that we have in communities all around the world the adults not raising their children and teaching their children to hate us, to hate Israel and to hate Jews simply because of who we are.